Hey guys, hey, this is David Wright here with DCCASEMODS, and we're going to be doing a little video here, tutorial to show you how to kind of fix a paint job. If you've ever painted anything or painted a case and you just messed it up, or some problems happen and you want to redo it to fix it, we're just going to show you how we do that, and show you how we do it here. Okay, so what we're looking at here, we got a case mod we did. Excuse the cars going by. We're working out of the garage, and it's a beautiful 55 degrees out here. Around about 6 o'clock in the evening or whatnot, and getting a little cooler. Anyway, so what we have here, this case that we painted, it's a Roswell Legacy. I think it's a U3 case with a window in it, and you see here the paint job came out great except for the top here. We had a lot of running, and don't really like the way it came out. So what we're going to do, we are going to take a portion of this off and actually do another design pretty much over it. Well, not really over it, we're going to do a design in place of this. So it's not very hard to do, very easy to remove paint when you're working with metals. We have this tough strip remover. This is the paint remover, Crown brand. We got this from Lowe's, I believe. So it says that you can take it off or remove the paint in 15 minutes or less. We've used this stuff before. It's like a gel. And it works really fast. You want to be careful when you're using this. You want to wear gloves, heavy-duty gloves actually. You don't want to get it on your skin. It may possibly burn through your skin. So you see it's a heavy-duty stripper, so make sure you get some heavy-duty gloves. And this is one of the pieces, the inside piece of the case. We actually were going to leave this stock, but we're going to go ahead and paint it with the same paint scheme that we're going to be using to do the top piece. So it's going to be cool. Okay, so what you're going to need for application and for taking off the paint, I just got like a little paint mixing stick here, and I'm going to use this actually to spread the gook or the paint remover. We're going to use it to spread it across here to get that paint off. I mean, get the the removal gel on, and then we'll use a putty knife or a flex knife here. We'll use this to take it off. Okay, I got my heavy-duty gloves here on, and on the bottom of the case, I just put a piece of cardboard here just to protect the bottom if any of this paint removal wants to get on wants to come off. And we pretty much just tape kind of masks off our area. So that's our line that we don't want to cross. So make sure we stay away from that line. Don't get too far. So you take your goop here, your gel, just put a little bit on. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Not only if you're doing large surfaces, you would need a lot. So this is probably all we're going to need. It's going to remove this paint. Now it's going to start it's going to activate when it hits the paint, and it's going to start, that paint's going to start coming up. But you see I just kind of go with nice little smooth strokes here, just to get that removal all over the area that we're trying to remove. And we give it about 15 minutes, let it stay on for about 15 minutes, and it will start to remove this paint off very fast. And that's as far as we're going to go. because we're going to remove the paint, and then we're going to sand everything back down. So we're going to have, and when you do this, you're going to have a little, I guess you say like a little bump, like a little gap in between your paint job, your old paint job and your new paint job, because as you paint, you build up layers. So the layers add thickness to whatever you're painting, and we put about maybe about 5 or 6 layers on this paint job, so it's going to create a little dip. But what we're going to do, we're going to build the layer back up after we sand it back down to the bare metal again. You can see some of the paint's already starting to come off. You see here on the edge how the paint's starting to flake up, so we know that's working good. So we're going to let this sit here. There's our light that comes on. Look how beautiful that paint job is. I don't want to remove it, but it's gonna look really cool when we're done. We're actually gonna put a candy coat over it with some flames underneath, like an ice pearl silver flame underneath some cobalt candy. We're gonna do it in a little flame design here. So okay, we're gonna let that beat up for about 15 minutes. Let it do its job. We'll come back and scrape the paint off. So you can see here, we got the paint removers pretty much done this job, and it should be really easy to remove this paint. We got a scraper here. We're just gonna take that scraper and see how that paint comes off with the gel. Everything comes off right there, and we'll just take the excess and we'll just toss it to the side. Like I said, be careful with this because it's still active. You can still get it on your clothes, you know, get it on your skin, it'll still burn you. So that one just kind of slid off to the side. So this really helps, just like I said, get that top coat, that clear coat, and that old paint off. You don't need to apply a lot of pressure. Just let it come off. Now after it's all, you got everything done, we are gonna just wipe it down with a towel or a rag, something that you're not gonna reuse, or a paper towel. Just want to make sure you get all of it off. Then we'll go over it with some lacquer thinner, just to make sure we get everything off. And then we'll go into our sanding process, because we're gonna sand this all back down again. That really moves a lot. It's got a lot of flexibility in it. It's just the outer shell, the outer covering, or just the outer portion of the case. Now you can see here we still got some paint left, and this paint we're actually going to we're going to keep. We're not going to sand it. We're just going to get right to the edge right here, and we're going to sand all that off to bare metal and what we can. And actually we're going to kind of fade this in. We're going to make some flames that we're going to fade in and out. So the first thing to do is to paint the whole piece with our cobalt blue. And then we'll come out and do our flames from here. But everything back from here, all that is already painted. So, excuse me, what's the paint that was good? We don't want to take that off. Woo! All right, it's getting cold out here. Let's get this done. Okay, so now we got our panel scraped off, wiped down, rinsed off with our lacquer thinner. Now we're going to sand it off, and what I like to use is an orbital sander. This is one of my favorite tools to use for sanding. It's big, it's powerful. You can sand multiple surfaces, flat surfaces mainly, in a very little amount of time. And like I said, I love this little guy. There you go. It's got that nice little sound to it. So we're gonna go ahead and get on this. We're just sanding this. We're gonna sand this down with a 120 grit sandpaper. There's really no need to go any deeper into it. 120 will be fine. As this is an aluminum chassis or aluminum panel that we're painting, so we're just gonna sand it down to 120. and then go ahead and prime it up. Okay, so we're getting to getting closer to repainting our piece here. So I went back and I masked off the area that we wanted to cover up, and just use some masking tape that we use. It's IKS Auto Graphics tape. We bought these online from TCP Global. That's where we bought these from. We bought this tape from. So I've used other masking tape in the past. 3M masking tape is still pretty good, but this graphic tape or graphic masking tape, it's the Auto Body brand, or Auto Body. Well, they use it for auto body and doing automobiles. So it worked really good for me, and so that's what we use here. We got our other piece here that we've already got it cleaned up, sanded, and like I said, this is the inside piece. So we're not gonna cover this part up right here because it's gonna go on the inside, and we don't paint these because it's not gonna be visibly seen, but also by painting it, you also create like a thicker barrier or a thicker buildup, so sometimes it doesn't fit as flush. So any kind of tabs that are hanging out, things like that, we cover so everything will go back together like it originally was made. So we got our primer already mixed. We're going to go ahead and get our primer, and we're going to tack off our area with some tack cloths before we paint, and go ahead and put the primer on. And just to inform you guys, the primer that we like to use, this is my favorite type of primer. This is Omni MP170. It's a epoxy primer, and also has a hardener that comes with it, or a hardener or catalyst. It comes with the MP175. This is the catalyst. You mix it at a ratio of 2:1. So you have two parts primer, 1 part catalyst. It also comes in black and white. This is a gray. We also have the black too. It's the MP172 Omni paint. I haven't found this online. The only place I found this from is retailers that sell PPG brand products. We actually go to a shop here in Norcross. We're a shop here in Georgia that we go to, and we actually go pick this up from a shop. I haven't found it anywhere online yet, so that's why I buy it there. But this is the type of primer that we use. I use it on, when I say we, I mean DCCASEMODS, but the type of primer that we paint with, we use it on plastics, metals, and whatnot. But it's a great primer. It's a great epoxy primer. Dry times are fast. And it really has really good adhesion. Okay, so got our coat down here, our base coat here, and this is a cobalt blue base coat, a cobalt blue base coat. And it's you kind of see here we got little cracks. We got a few cracks here up at the top. And that's because we didn't sand this completely down. When I went back over it with the paint, it didn't adhere properly because we didn't sand it properly. So in order to fix this, we have to pretty much sand all this back down, prime it back over, and pretty much do the process all over again. Which is, it's okay, it's fine. You want to get the best paint job possible, so you have to do what it takes in order to do that, especially if you don't properly sand it the first time. So that was our mistake, but it's okay. Another other piece there. So what we're going to do, because we're going to be applying graphics to these parts, we're going to cover it all with a SK clear coat. And all the SK clear coat, it's an inner coat clear, that doesn't have any hardener in it. So it's basically like a clear paint that we're going to put over our base coat in order to protect it when we put our graphics over it. We usually let these dry for about 24 hours in between doing graphics. Applying the clear coat, the inner coat clear, I usually wait like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll apply the inner coat clear. But we're going to go back and we're going to resand this all off here, and then paint it back to get it nice and smooth, like the other, like the other piece of the case. But that's pretty much it. Once you do that, you put your inner coat clear on. Or if you're done with the paint, you're not going to do anything else to it. Cover it with clear coat, urethane clear. I just want to show you guys what I was talking about here. This is the SG inner coat clear. This is from House of Color. We paint with House of Color, so we use House of Color products. And then, like I said, you can overcoat it with inner coat clear to protect your base coat before you do graphics on it. Or you can come back and you can do, where is our clear coat? Oh, here it is. Or you can come back with your clear. This is an MP, what number is that? Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a UC 35 clear. That's the Cosmic Clear. We just actually put some in another can we had. So this is our clear. But you can use that. You can clear with some regular clear coat, the UC35, and then if you want to do graphics over that, you can do that as well. I just prefer to use the inner coat, and then for my final clear, we use the UC35 clear. Alright guys, so that's it on our tutorial here of just showing you how to do a little paint touch-up pretty much. But we pretty much use the same process for all our paint, projects. We go from either 80 grit, then move up to 120 grit, and if we're doing something we want to have a really smooth finish, we'll use a 220 grit. Going up higher grits to wet sanding, anywhere from a 300 to 600 grit wet sanding. But we'll have some more projects to show you guys how we do that. So hope you learned something from this video. If you have any questions, please comment down at the bottom, and you can reach us at info@dccasemod.com, or you can visit our website www.dccasemod.com. And I hope you guys have a great day or whatever you're doing. All right, peace.